Yo, wake up, man. Y'all know what type time we on, man. Happy Monday. What's going on? Hoping everybody had a great weekend. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? If you did pay your money back for the King Bow versus Daylight card, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you got that claim, got that 29.99 back. But we ain't gonna be here that long, man. We're not gonna be here that long, man. I just wanted to say a couple of things, seeing a couple of things over the weekend I wanted to address. Um, First and foremost, shout out Easy the Block Captain. If you're not following him, you got to be sleeping under a rock, but you may not be following his YouTube. Before he was on this winning streak of sorts, you know what I'm saying? He definitely had been maximizing his YouTube channel, doing bar breakdowns, opinions, predictions, recaps, and now he even interviewing media. Um, He's interviewed Tone Bro, interviewed Anwar, interviewed Colo over the past few days. I think the interviews is fire, man. And one of the premise around the interviews that he's saying is, a lot of times as battle rappers, they get called to the carpet to do interviews and to be on other people's channel, but they don't really know who they really talking to. So it's like you talking to someone consistently, you know what I'm saying? Let's take a Black Compass who's been around over 10 years. You talking to them, you know what I'm saying? Maybe doing interviews and things of that nature, but do you really know this person? Can you really say, you know what I'm saying? We know, y'all know me. Can y'all really say y'all know other battle rap media? So I think it's an interesting way to kind of shed light on battle rap media, get some foundational background on who we are, where we come from, things of that nature, how we got started in the culture. And of course, we're gonna get to it. Of course, Easy, the talk different, so the interviews is definitely gonna be different. He's definitely gonna have a lot of pushback and ask some of them questions that I think overall the battle rap community wants to know. So I thought it was pretty dope. But him and Cola had a fire. I don't even interview, face off, clear the air, sit down, whatever you want to talk, whatever you want to call it. They had a fire engagement yesterday on his channel. But one of the things that he talked about was the fact that Black Compass Media is pretty much synonymous at this point in time with Sue Surf. Cola is pretty much synonymous with Sue Surf, being one of his right hand man in media. So salute to that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely salute to Cola and Black Compass for sure. But out of those talks, one of the things that I think a lot of the misconception about Cola is Cola got famous or Cola got popping um off of the rise of Midnight Madness. Now, did that help propel him? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you get your name, you know what I'm saying, attached to Sir, your name is gonna go up. But that's not really what I want to talk about. But I would say this: go watch that. Smash the like button, go watch that interview. It looked like they probably, I think, Easy trying to, you know what I'm saying, maximize the monetization. So it's off the channel right now, but it should be on there. But one of the things that Easy the Block Captain and Cola kind of got onto was the fact that, Sue Surf, anytime he wants to reach out to the battle rap community via the Twitter spaces, he's going to Black Compass. And the last time, you know what I'm saying, he was at Black Compass Twitter spaces talking to Polo, talking to Cola. He had some very interesting things to say about Easy the Block Captain. He has some very interesting things to say about Easy the Block Captain. Now, y'all already know Easy the Block Captain is someone that has completely taken his career into his own hands and pretty much rewrote the book on what we assume a battle rapper's career is supposed to be. And first thing Easy to Block can tell you is that he wants to be more than a battle rapper. So he's going to put himself in different avenues, put himself in different arenas where he can maximize his visibility, where he can maximize his earning potential, networking and collaboration, things of that nature. And so y'all already know what's happening. Obviously, Easy to Block Captain battle on Chrome 23. The whole fallout with the URL pertaining to that. It doesn't look like we're going to see Easy to Block Captain on the URL anytime soon. It doesn't look like that relationship Although Eazy says that relationship is just business, and that, you know what I'm saying, he doesn't really have a gripe with the URL. They have their own business model. Just my aspirations don't align with your business model doesn't mean we can't do business. But if we're going to negotiate, we're going to negotiate the right way. So I'm not mad at that. And you know what I'm saying? He saw other opportunities with Chrome 23, obviously battling Hitman Holla, which, again, this leads him to a lot of different opportunities outside of the URL, because you got to know, if you're going to be booking Eazy the Block Captain, it is automatically to be assumed that he's going to want a YouTube drop to coincide with his battle. And, you know, when the URL breaks, when the URL kind of severs ties with some of their artists, you know, some of the artists may not be able to sustain life and absorb, you know what I'm saying, the backlash of not being on the URL. They might not be in a position to really go to war with the URL. But Eazy the Block Captain is not like that. Eazy the Block Captain does have a plan. Eazy the Block Captain does have several avenues. But what you're starting to see, and you know, we've seen it, we've reported on it. Everybody has an opinion on what Eazy the Block Captain should or should not be doing with his career. And one of the biggest things is Guntitles. Now, Guntitles, as it's originally constructed, has always been Tay Rock and Sue Surf. But additionally, as an extension of that, is Guntitles has always been synonymous with the URL. You don't really see too many battles featuring Guntitles members off the URL. You know what I'm saying? Sue Surf, Tay Rock, they have alluded to themselves as, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Smack, being URL babies. This is how they identify themselves. This is how they title themselves. And so you got to know, when they originally bring Eazy the Block Captain into Guntitles, I thought it was a great move. You then have, you know what I'm saying, obviously you have the staples, Sue Surf, Tay Rock, and Guntitles, but then you bring in the new up and coming stars like a Chess, like a Eazy the Block Captain, like a Prestavia. I thought it was a very intentional effort to make sure that Guntitles is at the forefront of battle rap. That Guntitles is at the forefront of what the URL is doing. And again, when you at the forefront of what the URL is doing, and you know you're getting that push, you're getting those matches and those battles, you know, it's a couple things that come with it. They want you to advocate for the URL. They really want you to be a frontline soldier for the URL and really support whatever agenda that the URL is trying to push out. Now, one thing Eazy said, I don't got no agenda. I don't have a URL agenda. I don't have a RBE agenda. I have an Eazy the Block Captain agenda. You know what I'm saying? So when Cola and Eazy the Block Captain are going back and forth, and they get on a particular subject, the Quilly situation. Now, y'all know what happened with Sue Surf and Quilly and the Cortez battle. There was a specific section in that battle that directly reflected, I would say, similarities to a Quilly freestyle. There was you can't beat around the bush. You're not just throwing the same wording sequences, phrasing sequences in succession like that without actually seeing that freestyle. And so one of the things that I've given a lot of credit for Cola about, when y'all call him compromised media, y'all say these things, is he actually came out and stood up against Sue Surf when that freestyle happened. He said that if that freestyle, you know what I'm saying, if he had took those lyrics, with it seemed to be that he took that rhyme pattern, that scheme from that Quilly freestyle, that he was out of pocket for that. And Cola stood on that. And, you know, obviously that led to a falling out between him and Sue Surf. So one of the things that Cola pushed back on Eazy the Block Captain on during the interview yesterday was, let me ask you this, riddle me this, Batman. How come when You got the call about Sue Surf in this Quilly situation. I got the call about Sue Surf in this Quilly situation. I did not see you step out and defend Sue Surf. Now, y'all supposed to be Guntitles, right? Y'all supposed to be Guntitles, right? So why are you not defending your homie in a moment of need? He needs support publicly. Why didn't you come out and say that? One of the many things I like about Eazy the Block Captain, he's been true to who he is from the get-go. If you know anything about Eazy the Block Captain, his two main efforts of support, his two main efforts of I will never waver, I will never falter from this is I'm Philly all day. First things first, I'm Philly all day. Secondly, I'm Gutter City. And at that point in time, once we get past those two, then I'm Guntitles. Then you know what I'm saying? Then we can add on all these additional hats. But if nothing else changes, I am Philly, I am Gutter City. So when the Quilly and the Sue Surf situation, when that fallout happens, obviously it's a lot of attention. Everybody looking at Eazy the Block Captain like, what you gonna do, boss? You Guntitles, right? He getting calls from Philly like, you Guntitles, right? You gonna speak on this? Guntitles, right? Hey, you still Guntitles, right? You gonna speak on this? You gonna have Sue Surf back on this? So what Eazy the Block Captain does, he says, I'm not saying a damn thing on it. I'm not saying nothing because that's my brother, but this is my city. This is my team. So what we not going to do, I'm not picking a side. What I'm going to do is abstain, and I'm going to just let y'all rock out. And it's going to play out how it's going to play out. I feel that because I'm in the very same boat. It's St. Louis, it's Midwest, and then it's everything else. We'll deal with everything else as it comes. But first and foremost, I'm from the city. So anything going revolving around in battle rap, I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna say something about it. If there's a big battle and there's two entities on opposite sides of the spectrum, and one of them battlers happen to be from St. Louis, yes, understand where my allegiance lies. Understand where my loyalty lies. It lies with my city. It lies with my team first. Then we can go to these other associations. Then we can, you know what I'm saying? Then we can start attaching my name to this and attaching my name to that. By the way, thumbs up the video. Hey, Miss New York, I see you, mama. Everybody in the chat, I see you. He said, Eazy putting so much pressure on the URL. They got Surf talking like he not fighting on a Rico. So this is what I would say about this. I'm not necessarily mad at Sue Surf coming out. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know that he, you know what I'm saying, free to wave. He behind that wall and he fighting those charges. And those are definitely some serious charges. But at the end of the day, if this 15 minutes that he's able to connect with the battle rap fans, maybe to connect to the outside world, if that's what he want to spend his 15 minutes on, you know what I'm saying, so be it. So I wasn't mad at Colo nor at Polo when Sue Surf came on there and they just allow Sue Surf to speak. They allow Sue Surf to talk because that's how I do my interviews. I'm not here to debate with you. I'm not here to argue. Get it off your chest. If that's what you want to do, speak your piece and we'll move accordingly. We can always come back to this conversation and say, okay, you know what I'm saying? We let you get that one off, but realistically, this ain't that. But I say all this, you know what I'm saying? I'm painting this picture for y'all to say this. One of the things that Sue Surf said when he was in the spaces with Polo in the spaces with Cola, he was addressing, you know what I'm saying, the Eazy to Block Captain, the URL fallout, you know what I'm saying? Tay Rock has been someone who's been very boisterous, very firm in his beliefs on where he stands at. Like like Eazy, you are Philly, you are Gutter City first. Well, I'm URL, so I'm URL first, and everything after that, I deal with it. So you know what I'm saying? Both of them saying the same thing, but what Sue Surf does that makes things a little bit different. And when they start getting on Eazy the Block Captain and you know what I'm saying, the accomplishments that Eazy the Block Captain has amassed over this, you know what I'm saying, 2-3 year run that he's been on, being undefeated. You know what I'm saying, the Fonz battle, we can definitely talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely seeing that fallout. That's just a battle that just gotta happen. It's hard, I think, for me. The tournaments is different. Like wins and losses obviously count. There's, you know what I'm saying, is that a loss on Eazy's resume, Ken Fonz hold true to that? Yes, because he advanced past Eazy the block captain. But when you look at the fan vote and what the overall community says, you know what I'm saying, there's obviously some discrepancies in that. But staying on topic here. One of the things that Sue Surf said when they were talking about Eazy the block captain and his run, he's like, y'all keep saying Eazy the block captain can't be this person, can't be that person. He got to go to this person, go to this league and battle this person, go to this place and battle that person. He can't beat Tay Rock. Okay, I'm not mad at that. You're talking about the logo. You're talking about somebody that everyone, you know what I'm saying, has a great deal of respect for. Again, battle URL number 50 against Hustle. I get that. And he Guntitles. And he your man. He's your brother. He's your best friend. I get that. So that's one circle. That's one circle of Guntitles, founding members. But where Eazy the block captain ultimately have his problem with what Sue Surf says, and what I personally have a problem with what Sue Surf says. Why did you say New Jersey Twerk could beat Eazy the block captain on 100? Why would you say someone outside of your squad could beat somebody within it? I ain't like that. I didn't like the way that came off. It came off as a slight diss to Eazy the block captain. Obviously, there was something that he took offense to because he brought it up in his interview. He addressed it and he said, I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that Sue Surf, even if you felt like this, even if you feel like in your heart of hearts that Eazy the block captain could potentially lose to New Jersey Twerk on 100, why would you say that on a public platform? Why would you say that outside of your circle? Why would you say that knowing that people are going to clip that and use that? And when you start talking this Eazy versus Twerk battle, one of the angles that people are going to bring up is the fact that, well, Sue Surf don't even believe you can beat him. So why would we believe in you? He's battled New Jersey Twerk. He picked you to be a part of his team. And he's saying that you can't beat New Jersey Twerk on 100. So why would we think that? I think that opened up a lot of doors for people to poke holes in the longevity of Guntitles. I think you begin to start questioning the longevity of Guntitles. Now, I've been somebody that said from the get-go, you know what I'm saying? I understood it. You know what I'm saying? The mentorship excuse me. I understand the mentorship aspect of it. I understand that if you have 4 or 5 entities together with the same agenda, the same baseline of thinking, that y'all can move, y'all can spread, y'all can cover the board more. You know what I'm saying? And let's not forget, again, Cola brought it up. When Eazy was battling, he said, Summer Madness 11 through 20, I got it. But here we are 2 years later, and Eazy already said he ain't got it no more. I think when it comes to Guntitles, there are certain things that Eazy, the block captain, needed to learn, but I also think he easily outgrew and his aspirations firmly have you outgrowing that group. If you look at that group does battle rap. That group does music. Eazy the block captain does more than that. He does more than battle rap. He does more than the music. You know what I'm saying? He's getting into acting now. He's hosting shows. Obviously, he has his own YouTube. So he's doing more. And I think his agenda is starting to change. Starting to shift. He's starting to, you know what I'm saying? He's starting to see past the trees a little bit. And I'm not mad at him for that. But I definitely think, and I talked about this with my homie, shout out my co-host Deadass Talk. One of the battles I want to see, respectfully, if the wave was to ever come home, I want to see him home, obviously. But if he ever does come home, and you know what I'm saying, battle rap is still something that he's trying to push. I think the number one battle for me personally is Eazy the block captain battling Sue Surf on a return. Now I know Verb, you know what I'm saying? I was with Verb last week, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the set. Shout out to Lunch with Eazy. I was talking to him last week on his show, and he told me, you know what I'm saying, taking Sue Surf on his comeback is honestly one of the more easier things you can do, because he's going to be worried about so many other different, you know what I'm saying, different distractions, reconnecting with his family, reconnecting with his daughter, his mother, you know what I'm saying, getting the business right, you know what I'm saying, just trying to get ingratiated back into the community again. Make sure y'all thumbing up the video. Oh yeah, by the way, pull up tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the Bull Rosenberg Russell. Speaking of Philly, we got another one of Philly Gunners on the channel tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a movie. Shout out my brother Deadass Talk. Shout out Rosenberg Raw. You see he battling clips on May 6th, RBE Divide and Conquer 2. It's gonna be a movie. But I do think that ultimately that battle is the battle that I think would have a lot of interest in. If you Eazy the Block Captain and if you Sue Surf, do you really want that to be on the URL? I feel like that battle is a battle that people need to see. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, that would cause Sue Surf. What you gonna do? You gonna stay on URL? You gonna come get this Chrome 23 money? You gonna come holler at Adam? You gonna come holler at that Blue Room? It's certain things that, you know what I'm saying, leave a lot to be talked about. A lot of skepticism. But speaking of skepticism, speaking of a lot to talk about, Geechi Gotti. Now, you just got done battling on iBattle League, and you know what I'm saying? If Eazy, the Block Captain, is currently the face of battle rap right now, he got the torch from Geechi Gotti. That torch was transitioned from Geechi Gotti over to Eazy, the Block Captain. And when we're starting to, you know what I'm saying, we're starting to get into this rarefied air with Eazy, the Block Captain, and you're comparing him to the runs that we've seen, some of the more historical runs we've seen in battle rap. You're comparing him to the K-Shine run. You're comparing him to the Geechi Gotti run. You're comparing him to the Hitman Hollow run. You're doing all these things. But to Eazy the Block Captain, he's like, no one has had a run like me. No one has come out the gate and has amassed the names that I've had, given the performances I've given, done the things that I've done in a short amount of time. No one has done this. But Geechi is someone that's been pushing back, like, my boy, you ain't even the best player in the league right now. Like, you trying to say you on this crazy run, but you're not even the best player in the league right now. You know what it kind of like? It's kind of like Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. So LeBron, you know what I'm saying, has been on this run, this historical run where he has been arguably the best player in the league for over a decade. Now, obviously, he's no longer the best player, but he's still one of the best players in the league. But at the same time, he was climbing the ladder to become, quote unquote, arguably the best player in the league. It was still other killers on the court. Most arguably, Kobe, Bean, Bryant, God rest the dead. And so again, when you get this conversation about who was really running, you know what I'm saying, battle rap and who's really on a run, you have examples of monsters, clear-cut battle rap monsters, all holding stake, all holding some type of leverage to make the claim that they are the biggest face in battle rap. But it's like LeBron and Kobe. LeBron and Kobe was playing in the NBA at the same time. Who was better? Eazy the Block Captain and Geechi Gotti. Y'all have been running around the battle rap community for the last 3 years, terrorizing the battle rap community. But who is better? But one of the things that we have said about Geechi Gotti, respectfully, and I'm gonna say this. What's up? What's up, Marcus? How you doing, my boy? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the set. One of the things I can say respectfully, that I think is very important that we say when it comes to Geechi Gotti. Geechi Gotti's resume is almost ironclad at this point. Murder Mook, Lux, you know what I'm saying? He has those type of names, Hollow the Don. He has those type of names on his resume. But the one thing he doesn't have on his resume that he needs on his resume to be considered one of these God tiers, the ability to leave URL and battle on other major platforms. Now again, I think that's what he's doing this year. He just had the battle with he just had a battle on iBattle this weekend. You seen obviously he's been on the ride. He's been on his own league, but the question has always been, when are you going to go to RBE? If you're going to go to RBE, we already know where the URL stance is on this. But again, when we're talking about walking around in rarefied air, Calico can go to URL and RBE. Charlie Clips, we just seen him literally leave the stage of Kings versus Queens, hop right on the stage for Divide and Conquer 2 to be battling Rosenberg Raw. We've seen these things. A-Verb has been on RBE and he battles on URL. Murder Mook has done the same thing. So again, these names that have been able to cross over and battle on not only the URL, but also take their fandom and star power to RBE, those are the kings. Those are the people that we consider kings. We consider, you know what I'm saying, no league can control them. That's the one thing I think Geechi Gotti is missing on his resume. Can he go to RBE and come back unscathed? Can he leave the URL, go to RBE, take a battle, and leave unscathed? Because all those names I just named, they had the ability to do so. They had the ability to go to RBE, take certain battles, come back to the URL, and again, that adds to their legacy. It enhances their legacy because you can't control them like you control everybody else. It says you can't control them like you control everybody else. You don't have Verb under your thumb like you may have some of these other battle rappers. You don't have a Calico. You don't have a Goods. You don't have a Charlie Clips. You don't have a Murder Mook. You don't have these names up under your thumb like you may have other battle rappers. So the one question that I think is the allure and why you see ARP and Geechi, why you see ARP, Geechi, and Eazy the Block Captain, why you see ARP, Remy Ma, Eazy the Block Captain, Geechi, all in these conversations via social media is because they're trying to figure it out. Now, obviously, you're looking at Divide and Conquer. That's not you looking at Divide and Conquer, that is not a card you can think that Eazy the Block Captain and Geechi could be on at this time, because again, it's May 6th. You got promotion and everything else. But like you said, it's only one way to find out. And when you think about everything that Geechi wants to do, it makes sense for Geechi to go to RBE. He wants to battle Eazy the Block Captain. Eazy the Block Captain is into it with the URL right now. Who else does Geechi Gotti want to battle? What other big name is synonymous with battling Geechi Gotti? A battle that we've wanted to see for the better part of the last 2 years. Geechi Gotti versus Hitman Holla. Geechi Gotti wants that. He sees what Eazy the Block Captain was able to do with one battle with Hitman Holla. It's almost at 2 million views. It ain't been a month. It ain't been a month. Last time I checked, it was 2 weeks, 1.7 million views on that battle alone. So if you're looking at Geechi Gotti and you're seeing, although you understand what you've done, you understand your own legacy, you are 3-time champion of the year. You are him. But you can't help but think, you can't help but look to the left and look to the right and see what Eazy the Block Captain's doing, because everybody's talking about it. So I absolutely do think we're going to get Eazy the Block Captain versus Geechi Gotti on RBE. I think that's a perfect battle for Maxed Out. I think that's a perfect Maxed Out battle. What? Think about Eazy the Block Captain versus Geechi Gotti on Maxed Out. Hitman Holla versus Murder Mook on Maxed Out. Murder Mook versus Briz on Maxed Out. Those two matchups, that sounds like a maxed out card. That sounds big stage. What's up, princess? How you doing, sweetheart? That sounds big stage. That sounds like big money, big promotion, big marketing, everything you want to see if you're a Geechi Gotti. Again, to me, that's the only thing missing from his resume. Can he go to RBE and be okay? Can he do that? But yeah, man, again, like I said, make sure y'all pull up tomorrow because it's gonna be a spicy interview. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, y'all might not think this interview is going to be spicy, but it's going to be very spicy. It's things we need to talk about. Eazy, the block captain, going to RBE. Rosenberg, raw thoughts on Charlie Clips and his last 3 performances, which I think have been trash. But then Charlie Clips, then saying that he is doing away with freestyling in his battles. We need to address him and Debo. Don't know what's going on there. We gotta find out though. What else do we got? Is it difficult being the RBE spokesperson when you see everybody from the URL always being so boisterous, everybody from the URL always being so adamant, so intentional with their efforts to support what is going on with the URL? Can Geechi get the Chrome too? That's a great question. I guess I didn't say that, but yes, that's the same. At this point in time, I look at RBE and Chrome 23. They're on the same tier as far as I don't want to. But we already know that, you know what I'm saying? RBE is the ops for the URL. Chrome 23 is in this position where they're kind of oppy, but then they kind of not. They kind of oppy, but then they kind of not. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this. Y'all listen to one of the best mods in battle rap. Listen to Princess. She's a moderator for Eazy the Block Captain. She's a moderator for Averb. I might need a moderator. I may need somebody to help me out here. But yeah, man, that's all, man. Again, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get to work. Y'all see the fit. Nothing crazy. It's just a good month. It's just a good Monday morning. But like I said, y'all better pull up tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna get into a lot of foolishness. Tomorrow. So again, y'all know how this goes, man. Shout out my city of St. Louis. I want to say they just had a battle event yesterday that went down, man. Meta versus MVP, EJ Moore versus Merlot 100. It's a couple battles on that card y'all need to check out. We're gonna get into all of that, man. But again, Rosenberg Raw tomorrow. What do y'all think about Eazy the Block Captain addressing Sue Surf, saying he did not like the fact that Sue Surf came out and said New Jersey Twerk could beat him on 100? I'm not mad at Eazy the Block Captain for having that stance, because the way I look at it, oh, Princess, you on Bumpy Bars too? Okay, that's, you know what I'm saying? Respectfully. But the way I look at it, again, if we Guntitles, if we repping the same set, I don't care if you say somebody from the set can beat me, but nobody outside of the set should be able to beat me. Nobody outside of the set should be able to beat me. You should not come out and say that someone outside of our circle, our group, our nucleus should be able to beat one of our own. It ain't happening. I don't like it. I ain't rocking with it. And then Geechi Gotti, can you go to RBE? Can you battle Eazy the Block Caption? Can you go to Chrome 23? Can you battle a Hitman Holla? These is the questions I want to know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video on your. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video on the way out. I appreciate y'all. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you're notified anytime I go live. Y'all know who got the morning lockdown. St. Louis covering the board. Eazy got the lunchtime. I'm holding it down in the morning time, and I'll let the rest of y'all figure the rest of it out, man. This is Temperature Check. I am your host as always, man. Mr. Check the Temperature. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and you already know the motto. I ain't getting started. I've been here.